North Carolina vinyl picker here on a Sunday afternoon. I'm going to try to get this show in before the Super Bowl. Yeah, North Carolina vinyl picker is going to be sitting down watching. My New York Giants are not in, but, it's worth a watch. Have some snacks and a couple beers maybe and watch the game. I got a lot to talk about today. Try to wrap this thing up in 20 minutes for you, though, so that way you're not sitting around here all day. I know you got better things to do. No, I know you all love coming to see me. Top show. I've been seeing a lot of good shows lately, and I got a lot of people here that have been giving me shout outs on my shorts. And Tuco, the vintage vinyl hunter, L.E., Tad reads books and stuff, Vinyl Martini, and Stoner Stash Box. They've been leaving comments on my shorts. Leave some comments down there and hit the subscribe button if you like the show, and then hit the bell, and that way you'll know every time the North Carolina vinyl picker's on. Yep, I'm here, and I'm going to come in a little early tonight. Hopefully the show will come up and it'll be ready for you this evening. I want to thank everybody out there for watching. My subs count's been going up. I'm up, going towards 600. So, yeah, it's just a matter of time before it goes viral, and then I'll be in the thousands. No, I don't probably ever get there. But I'm doing a major shift around here in my room, and I'm getting a new desk to put in here from my niece's husband. And Joey, I'll give a shout out to Joey. He's a great guy. He helps me out. He's going to help me set up my camera and my microphone too. So I'm looking forward to that. That's coming down the road. First, I got to get the desk. I got to move all my CDs and stuff. I'm still in the process of moving everything. So luckily, I don't have to move my records. So that's a good thing. Weekly pickups. I want to go ahead and get into the weekly pickups. I got 5 concert pulls I'm going to do. And then I'm going to talk about those 10 guitarists that I promised. So, and then I'm going to... I got a lot of CDs this week. It was crazy. I went to this one place over in Marion, North Carolina. It was not too far from me. It's about a 30-minute drive. And it was a auto repair shop. I went in there, and they had all kinds of CDs in there. I'm thinking to myself, oh, it's going to be the same old crap. It's going to be Liberace and Mantovani and all kinds of Gomer Pyle and all kinds of stuff like that. When I started looking through these CDs, you ain't going to believe what I'm going to show you. And I put them all in my store. And I think that the first ones might be going out here pretty soon. I got a message coming in from Prague Hat. So he looks like he wants to get some of those. So you better get in there and try to get some of them things, because there's about 40 of them. I cut 40 of them. But I kept probably about 15 of them. The rest of them I'm going to go ahead and let go when they're in the store. Let's get into the, what do you want to do first? Let's do the concerts. Let's see here. Alan Parsons Live, 2006. Okay, so that would have been 6, and then my daughter, 3 is 9. So she was 9 years old. I took my daughter there, got 2 tickets here, and we saw them. It was a great show. It was awesome. It was my daughter's first time going to a concert. She really loved it, and at 9 years old, she was it was a thrill of a lifetime. And they had come out with an album. I'm trying to think of the name of the album, but I can't remember the name of the album. But Vinyl Path, the Vital Path, something like that. It's a great album. It's got Gilmore on the first track of the album, and he does a solo on there. Of course, Gilmore wasn't there at the House of Blues, but this was at the House of Blues on April the 13th, 2006. This one here, my daughter was with me. Her first concert ever. That gets a lucky star there. I don't know where that was in the basket. What we got next? Here's an oldie but a goodie. The Capitol Center up there up in Maryland or D.C., wherever that's at. Monday, November 21st, 1977, Jethro Tull. Yep, I think that was the Heavy Horses maybe tour, or Songs from the Wood. One of those. Section 10, row 0, seat number row 1, seat number 2. $8 for this ticket to see Jethro Tull in 1977. I should be giving you prices on these if I can. It was a great show. I don't remember who I went with. It was a long time ago. It was when I was in the Navy, and I was my ship was in the Baltimore and Bethlehem Steel, and I went over to the Capitol Center, and we used to go over there and see lots of shows. Saw Rod Stewart there, saw Billy Joel there, Steve Hackett live at Toad's Place. This was a good show. This they're all good. This one here was Thursday, October, I don't know, and it says here formerly of Genesis. This was the Cured tour, so this was after Spectral Mornings and Defector. The ticket was $5. So yeah, that was a long time ago. That was had to be early 80s, 81 maybe, 82, when I was stationed in Connecticut and went over to Toad's Place. West Hempstead Concert Hall out on Long Island, December the 31st, New Year's Eve, 1976. Bringing in hot. Nectar is when I saw Nectar on the Recycle tour. Oh my gosh, Larry Fast Synergy on keyboards, Roy Albrighton on guitar, the late Roy Albrighton on guitar. Ticket was $7. I got to see Nectar, the one and only time I got to see Nectar. I was a fan before I saw him live, and I've been a fan ever since 1977. So, yeah, Nectar. What can I say? It was a phenomenal show. I remember parts of it. I know I went with John. I think my friend John, and I think his brother was with us. I'm not sure. John might remember. But it was in West Hempstead, New York. We drove out there and went to the show, and I remember that show. So how many is that? That's 1, 2, 3. That's 4. One more. That's it. Moody Blues. Seen them lots of times. This one here says Section 31, row, seat 9, 1978. So this must have been when I saw them on the Octave Tour, and it was at Hampton Coliseum in Virginia. Yep. Remember the show. I remember it. Great show. Another great show. First time I got to ever see the Moody Blues, 1978. Michael Pinder. I don't believe he was on the album, but I don't believe he toured with him. He had stage fright. He didn't like to tour. And I think that might have been the first tour that Patrick Moraz was on keyboards. Correct me if I'm wrong out there. I don't think Pinder was on keyboards then. So there's 5. I'll put those in the envelope so we don't discuss those again. And I put the lucky star in there with it. Okay. Weekly pickups. Let's do that. Let's do the weekly pickups. Let me show you the CDs first. I got a lot of them. I'm going to go through them pretty quick. I got 40 of them to show you that I got at the auto body shop. I got 2 here that I got in the mail. I got 1 from Goodwill, and I got these 3 at another store. So I got the Bee Gees. This is after the disco Bee Gees. It's not the early Bee Gees. It's not the disco Bee Gees. It's after that. I got High Civilization. I got Sizes and Everything. And I got, this is where I came in. These all came from a antique store over in Conover, North Carolina. It was a nice store. I go there a lot. Wasn't expecting to pick these up, but they were there, so I grabbed them. They were $1 a piece. No brainer. These 2 I got in the mail. Al Di Meola, live. Elegant Gypsy and More. And this one here, Christian Valenzuela. He's a guitarist. He's from Florida, and I tried to reach out to him, see what he has. A couple of records I don't have, so I'm still waiting for for his buddy. I got a hold of some guy, and he said he knew him. He's going to go ahead and contact him. So Christian Valenzuela, the best of. This is appreciation for the Florida hospital, because apparently he had, I think it was heart trouble, and he went to the hospital and he did a CD for the people there at the hospital, gave these out. So these were like promotional things where he gave them to doctors and other people, and I found it online on eBay. So yeah, glad to have that. He's an outstanding guitarist. He's one of my top 10 guitarists, Christian Valenzuela. And I forgot to pull my CDs, but I'll go through the list again this week, and then I'll have to show them next week. I forgot to pull the CDs and albums out for my top 10 guitarists. But I'm going to run that list down to you one more time. Al Di Meola. Found this one at Goodwill yesterday. This is a crazy thing. I went ahead and paid my $1.50. I got out and noticed when I got in the car, I showed my wife and I said, looks like his signature is on there. And it is. It says, to Bill George, love, or is a little star or whatever. It says Al Di Meola on there. And then on the inside, it says 1 March 2000, Blue Note, 2000, New York City. So that must be like a jazz club in New York City, the Blue Note. Maybe it was in 2000. I don't know. But I've never been there. Put this away. So that was pretty cool to have that for $1.50. I didn't have Al Di Meola's signature, that's for sure. And I wasn't expecting to even find this CD when I went to Goodwill. And it was actually one that was on my want list. So, you know, like I said, I must have a 4-leaf clover in my pocket or something. Here's the albums that I got this week. I got a few. Passport, this is here that I got, Passport, his Cross Collateral. I got this album over in Marion when I was over there at a record store, Game Heads and More. And this is a really nice record store over there. And it's in Marion. If you're ever over there, check them out. Game Heads and Vinyl, I think it's called. And it's really nice. I got this for $1. I went through all their records. I didn't find nothing I wanted. And the lady says, well, down in the front here, there's records there for $1. So I picked up five, and they were $2 a piece, I'm sorry. So it was $10 for the 5 records. Copy of Led Zeppelin 4. The only reason why it was in the bin was because of that. But the record is really nice. I put it through the Humming Guru, and it came out nice, and it plays fine. So I got an extra copy of Led Zeppelin 4 for $2. I'm not going to leave Zeppelin behind for $2. Original motion picture score, Hang 'em High. I already had a copy of this, but for $2, I picked up another one. And I don't know if I'll be putting these in a store. I like Clint Eastwood, and I like 007 vinyl. This one here was $2. And From Russia with Love, and I think I have another copy of this as well. But these were all really nice. I mean, there ain't a scratch on them. They look like they hadn't been played since 1960. This was the other one I saw in there, and I saw the Yankee uniform, which I thought was a Yankee uniform, but apparently it's not. It's a Robert De Niro movie, Bang the Drum Slowly. It's a fictitious story, I guess, about a baseball team. And they look like the Yankees, and they got a bunch of pictures on the inside. And it's a white label promo. So those were nice to get. And then I went ahead and picked up this copy of Ram. I got this at a thrift store. So that was nice to get. And I think I got this at an antique mall up in Hudson, North Carolina. And it was $12. And it plays great. It's an early pressing of Ram. And that was nice. And I got this Camel album. I got this on, excuse me, I got this online. And I got the Sky album online. This is Sky's first album. If you don't know who Sky is John Williams, Herbie Flowers, Kevin Peake, Tristan Fry, and Francis Monkman of Curved Air. I love this band. I've been listening to them for a long time, 40 years probably. This is the one album I didn't have. I like to find their live album, and they have a masterpiece album. Okay, so now it's time to get to the junkyard. I mean the car shop. It was I pulled up and I drove past it first, and then I went ahead and I flipped the bitch, and I came back around, and I said, I'm going to stop in there. I saw a sign there that says Antiques. So I flipped it. I came back around. And I pulled around the back, and there's an auto bottom shop back there and a bunch of cars and people working on cars. And I said, "Where, you have a thrift store here?" He said, "Oh yeah, it's around front. I own that too." I said, "Okay, I park my truck here?" He said, yeah, you can park your truck here. So I went around there, I went inside the store, and I'm starting to look for vinyl, look for records. He had a stack about like that. I went through them, same old crap, Mount Avani, Glenn Campbell, Jim Neighbors. I said, "You got some CDs?" He said, "Yeah, they're around the counter over here." So I went around the counter and started looking. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, it's going to be a bunch of junk, It's going to be a bunch of junk. Well, let me tell you, I picked up 40 of them, and I'm going to go back and try to get the rest of them. Look at here. Here's the first stack. I'm going to show these real quick. Wishbone Ash. I don't know much about Wishbone Ash, so I'm just going to show you I ain't going to tell you, anybody out there knows these names of these CDs. Another Wishbone Ash. John Prine. I knew these were probably worth something when I saw them. Wesley, Bruce, and Lang. These are all the ones that are going in the store. There's a copy of Brave, Marillion. Here's a copy of Wishbone Ash, another album of theirs. Here's a double Wishbone Ash. Another copy of Marillion. This one here is Holidays in Eden. These were all $2 a piece, $40. And then I said, can you do anything better on that? And she says, I'll take $10 off. You can have them for $30. I'm like, sold. Wait till you see what I got here. There's another Wishbone Ash. This don't happen every day, let me tell you. Here's another one. There's the first stack. Put these over here. Hawkwind is a double. Another Hawkwind, The Church of. Another Hawkwind, Spirit of the Something. Another Hawkwind, Early Days. Bee Gees promo, little small thing from one of their albums. I'm keeping that one. I love the Marillion, Made Again. Now the next ones here, a couple of these I'm keeping. This one here is going into my collection. Renaissance, all the Renaissance I'm keeping. This one here, Marillion, this is a promo of Afraid of Sunlight. I'm keeping that one. These two Renaissance Live, those are going in my collection. This Renaissance going in my collection. This copy of Misplaced Childhood. I sold one. I think I sold it to Stoner. I'm going to keep this one. I don't have one. Season's End. Keeping that. Court of the Crimson King. I'm keeping that. Put these down over here for a minute. And there's more. What do they say? And there's more. Some more Wishbone Ash. That's going in the store. The rest of these are going in the store. Hawkwind. I don't know anything about Hawkwind or Wishbone Ash. Here's another Hawkwind. Some Straubs. These are going in my collection. This one, Greatest Hits, in my collection. In Concert, in my collection. Deep Cuts, Burning for You, in my collection. Genesis Live. Foxtrot. It's like looking at my own collection inside this auto body shop. That was crazy. I got to get back there. Straubs, Hero and Heroin, Pat Metheny, Lyle Mays. These are all, I'm keeping all these. Open Your Eyes, yes. Joni Mitchell, Chalk Marks on a Rainstorm. Marillion, The Strange Engine. And number 40, Clutching at Straws, Marillion. Those I'm keeping. Those are all mine that I'm going to keep. Not all of them, but ones I told you I was putting in the store. So check it out if you can. And that's all there is to tell for as far as that goes. And as far as my 10 top guitarists, which I was negligent in pulling out this week, I forgot. It's been busy. I've been busy trying to reorganize this room. The 10 guitarists. Next week we got a special show. I'm going to tell you here in just a minute. Christian Valenzuela, Mike Oldfield, Andy Latimer, John McLaughlin, Steve Howe, Steve Hackett, Al Di Meola. He's my number one favorite guitarist. Pat Metheny, number 2. Jane Schaefer, and Borelli LaGreen. Those are my top 10. And we're going to get into it next week. I keep telling you I'm going to do it next week. Next week we're going to do a really special show. And I'm going to go ahead and give you some tidbit on my Instagram. I'll be going ahead and give you a few secret tips as we go through the week and let you know that's what it's going to be about. But no full disclosure today. Y'all have a great day out there. North Carolina Vinyl Picker. Support them troops and stand tall, America. Talk to you soon.